In this video, I'm going to demonstrate Duolingo for Schools and how to create your first classroom. In your classroom, you're going to assign activities and keep track of students' progress. And just like when you signed up for your individual Duolingo account, this one is also free. So, let's get started. It's going to ask you to create an account or sign up with Google. I have a Gmail account, so I'm going to sign up with Google. Sometimes it will ask me to hand enter my information. Sometimes it remembers. As you can see, it says your classrooms will appear here in the middle of the page. Up at the top, it says get your certificate 100%. I have gone through and created a classroom, and that's why it wants me to print off my certificate. Let's pretend I didn't go through this process. That's why I've deleted the classroom I created. What this would initially show up here is 20%, meaning you're 20% of the way to becoming a Duolingo educator. Every one of those steps gets you closer to 100%. Create an account, create a classroom, browse content, add students, create an assignment. And then when you get all the way through, you can click on that orange button and print off your certificate. So, first thing is first, we're going to create our classroom. You're going to name your room. And you're going to select the language that you and your students are going to be working on. And I'm going to be doing Spanish. And then you click on Create Classroom. Now, our next step in setting up the classroom is inviting students and tracking their learning. Once you invite students, you'll be able to see what they've completed and if it was on time, late, or not completed at all. There's various ways that you can invite students. So we're going to click on our classroom, and over here on students, you will see invite students. You can invite them through in-class instructions, email invitations, printed instructions, or sending out a classroom code. If you display the instructions in class, you can provide these basically in-class instructions. You can have them view what they're going to need for their computer, what they're going to need for the iPhone or iPad, and what they're going to need for their Android. If you happen to know your students' email addresses, you can send them an invite via email. Being that most of us that are viewing this video are online instructors, so I'm thinking sending them a link with the code would probably be the easiest. So I'm going to copy this URL right here, and I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to paste that there. And it wants to know if I want to join the classroom. And I say continue. So I'm going to go back to Duolingo, and when I go back to my classrooms, you can see that I've joined. So what you will do at that point, if it'll go back to students, you can then, there's various ways to invite them. So now I have a classroom, I have one student. On the left-hand side is the course menu where you can add assignments, track their progress, look at curriculum skills based on the level of the learner. You can practice with class activities and flashcards or adjust your classroom settings. So let's add an individual assignment by clicking on the assignment button and create an assignment. As you can see, the assignment can be to collect points or complete a skill. Both are fine. I'm going to select complete a skill. So I'm going to pick a specific skill, due date, and time. So I'm going to pick something from Basics 1, the first 3 lessons. I want it done by Friday, July 8th, and I want it done by 11 p.m. And then I'm going to create the assignment. So as you can see here, we've got the assignment created. And the green dash is if they completed it on time. The yellow dash, I believe, is if they've completed it late. And the red is if they didn't complete it at all. And so from here, you can always click on New Assignments. You can also look at the Spanish curriculum. And there's 64 skills. You've got beginner skills, intermediate, and advanced. And that just goes through, and you can start a simple lesson and assign a skill out of there for your students. Under class activities, you can pick any skill from the curriculum to practice in class. And they're going to have some games and other classroom activities coming soon. Under your classroom settings, again, there's your code, there's the name of the room, and the course you're in. And of course, you can delete the classroom if you want to. You've also got privacy settings. And so then once you're up back at the top, once you've gone through creating assignment, adding students, browsing content, you can then print off your certificate. You'll enter your name. Mindy Gomez has successfully completed the Duolingo Educator Training Program and is hereby recognized as a certified educator. Now let's go back to the home page. And you can have multiple rooms. You can have as many classrooms as you like. You can go in and create another classroom. There's also the discussion forum with other educators, where if you have a question, you know, there's the popular, there's the newest forums. You can even create a new discussion if you want to. This first one says it was done yesterday. 3 students completed assignments, but they don't show. Educators power practice for the English classroom. So there's various forums you can get involved with, and you can create a new forum. We'll go back to our classroom page. And there is the help icon if you need any kind of help. There's the welcome. What is Duolingo for Schools? Is it free? Is it safe? What does Duolingo do with the student's personal information? So it's like a FAQ and what you can do with Duolingo for Schools. Personally, what I feel with this Duolingo for Schools, I personally feel that this should be used just as a supplement tool. I know with our foreign language instructors, they have a third-party software that comes with their textbook where they go in and they have like an electronic textbook, electronic workbook, and it works, it integrates with Grade Center. I'm not saying take this and replace it. I'm not. I just think that this is a great supplemental tool that you can, whether it's the Duolingo for Schools, where you can set up a classroom, or just Duolingo itself, where the students go in, create their own personal account and practice. I think these tools are strictly that, for practice. And it is a fun way to practice and learn a language. So, if you have any questions on an individual Duolingo account or creating a classroom for your students, please don't hesitate to send an email to otconline@otc.edu. Thank you.